Number one most dangerous ingredient in the entire world is not what you think. This ingredient is worse than high fructose corn syrup, it's worse than sugar, it's worse than starches, it's worse than seed oils. Based on mouse and mice studies, is considered as class A carcinogen, which means it's probable carcinogen in humans. A carcinogen is something that causes cancer. This ingredient is very potent neurotoxin, which messes up your brain. It also messes up your reproductive organs. And this is validated by several international cancer associations. Even the EPA consider this particular ingredient as a carcinogen. You will not find this ingredient in labels. You cannot read it on labels because it is not an ingredient. It is a byproduct of an ingredient. It is created after you process a food or during cooking, specifically when you add heat. What is this byproduct called? It is called acrylamide. Acrylamide is a chemical that naturally forms in starchy food products. During everyday high temperature cooking, it is mainly formed from sugars and amino acids that are naturally present in many foods. Acrylamide does not come from food packaging or the environment. The major food sources of acrylamide are French fries, potato chips, crackers, bread, cookies, breakfast cereals, canned black olives, and coffee. Acrylamide level in food vary widely depending on the manufacturer, the cooking time, and the method of temperature of the cooking process. In research studies, high level of acrylamide cause cancer in laboratory animals, but the level of acrylamide used in the studies were very much greater than those found in human food. In this video, you will learn how to neutralize this chemical acrylamide. 40% of the food that we eat every day has acrylamide. You won't get this chemical reaction with natural sugars like eating sugar cane or even honey. It has to be with more of refined sugar, as in glucose, dextrose, which is a synthetic sugar, or glucose syrup, or even maltodextrin, which is also starch. If you add saturated fat instead of seed oils when frying, you won't get the production of this byproduct of acrylamide. Saturated fats protect against formation of acrylamide. If all the junk foods are made with saturated fat, example tallow beef fats, butter, coconut oil instead of seed oils, what will happen? It will reduce the risk of the cancer. What are the foods that have acrylamide? I've mentioned that before. We have corn syrups, we have potato chips, you have French fries, you have baked foods, crackers, cookies, breakfast cereal, the crust in bread, and roasted coffee. Now that you know what's acrylamide and how it is being created, so let's look into how to get it out of your diet, or even if you happen to eat it accidentally, how to counter the effect of acrylamide. Saturated fats are much stable, so when you cook with coconut oil, butter, tallow, they are very much stable, which can counter the effect of acrylamide. If you use natural sugar like sugar cane or honey, they are not going to create this acrylamide reaction. If you have the choice of baking something or cooking something, use one natural sugar. If you always want to reduce this cancer acrylamide thing, use natural sugars. Refuse to consume anything refined sugar. I'm not talking about high fructose corn syrup. It's all those sugars that are processed. At home, when you're cooking, if you slow your cooking process, you reduce the chemical reaction of acrylamide. Make sure you slow down your cooking process to reduce this chemical reaction of acrylamide. Slow cooking reduces the formation of acrylamide. Keep the temperature low, at least 200 degrees Celsius, and do not allow your temperature to get to 285 degrees Celsius, and it is more safe. Let's focus on consuming whole food and avoid refined stuff. Next, if you happen to eat junk food, pair it with something else to neutralize the effect of the acrylamide. In addition to your junk food, you can pair your junk food with cruciferous vegetables like kale, broccoli, cabbage, sprouts, sauerkraut, bell peppers. They have certain protective compound against acrylamide. When you pair your junk food with cruciferous vegetables like kale, broccoli, they have certain protective compound against acrylamide. Lemons, limes, vitamin C, citrus are all actually protect against acrylamide. Green tea is another way to protect against acrylamide. Spirulina is also another way of protecting yourself against acrylamide. How can we reduce acrylamide in coffee? And for coffee drinkers, here's something to note. Light roasted coffee contains up to 10 times more acrylamide than dark roasted coffee or espresso coffee. So go for organic dark roasted coffee or dark roasted blends to reduce your exposure. Acrylamide is a hidden danger we can't ignore, especially since cancer is the second most leading cause of death in the entire world. The good news is, by making small changes to your cooking habits and food choices, you can protect yourself and your family members. Now, let's take a look at ultra-processed food calories. When you look at teenagers' diet, 67% of their calories is ultra-processed food calories. Adults have over 50% of their calories being these ultra-processed food calories. And toddlers has a 46 to 47% of their calories being ultra-processed food calories. The second most common cause of death in the entire world is cancer. People are dying of cancer all over the place, especially as they get older. The very potent thing that causes cancer in humans is acrylamide. I hope you've gotten enough information at least to be aware of that and avoid it as much as possible. And if you happen to take acrylamide accidentally, you now have the antidote to counter it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.